10 laps to go here at the Daytona 200, and Jason Bates makes it 3 wide for the lead on Darrell Sullivan and Scott Morales. He will take it with the help of Allie Riggs and Kevin Monroe. You see Sarah Haxon, who was the 6th car in this group, is starting to fall back a little bit. And that's not very good for Haxon because there isn't anyone behind her to give her a push. Well, actually, she isn't falling back very far. And I think she's actually catching up to this group. Gravity Racing, Inc., the team Haxon drives for, has had problems all week. Henrietta Laverne, the third, blew her engine coming to the start of her qualifying race. Packer Carroll, the owner of that team, hit the wall in the second accident today and got some damage. He fell way behind, and now it appears that Sarah Haxon's car is starting to struggle. We just saw Bernie Fellows and Namimura running 7th and 8th. Here is our third group of cars, led by Bobby Porteau and Amy Harrison. They're getting by Devin Rogers in the 01. Kevin Colley is up in this group as well, and so is Frank Haxon, who I believe has some damage. Back up front, Scott Morales gets a push from Darrell Sullivan to take the lead once again. I can't really say enough about how Scott Morales has had one of the fastest cars all day, and with this lead group having only 6 cars, he's probably not going to have much competition. Kevin Monroe makes it 3 wide for the 2nd spot. He's got quite a nice run in that 63 car. Jason Bates and Sarah Haxon dive low to give him a push. Oh wow, look at that run Morales gets coming down the back straightaway. He knows he's got a fast car. He's just toying with these guys. Yeah, well, I'd be a little less cocky if I was leading at Daytona in the closing laps. In order to determine who would drive that 76 car this year, Groves Racing gave several drivers 3 race stints in that car in 2009. Morales had his 3 races mid-summer. He almost won in his debut at Pocono, and that pretty much determined that Morales would be in that car for this year. In fact, he took over the car for the last 3 races of 2009 as well. Jason Bates has now broken away from the lead group and is chasing down Morales. You're on the rear bumper of Morales' car. Kind of sad that we didn't use these onboard shots as much as we would have liked. 5 laps to go, and Morales is not going to be able to stop Bates. Here comes Jason Bates for the lead. Allie Riggs leads the rest of the group as they try to catch up. Carl Inc., the team Bates drives for, has been competing in this series since 2002. You know how many wins they have? 1. Last year, James West, who drives their 69 car, finally gave them their first victory. James West failed to qualify for this race, by the way. For this season, Carl Inc. hired Team Master Cup Series team owner J.D. McDermott as an engineer, and so far it seems to be working out pretty well for them. Jason Bates is running up in this lead group. In 2008 and 2009, James West drove for J.D. McDermott in the Team Master Cup Series, winning in his debut at New York. Here is our second group, led by Namimura and Bobby Porteau. It seems that our third group caught up to Mura and Bernie Fellows, making this battle much more interesting. Kevin Colley is up in this group. Aside from Scott Morales, he has also had a very fast car today, but unfortunately, unless we get a caution, he's not going to be able to win this thing. Well, I think if we got a caution now, the race would end under yellow, and it would be Darrell Sullivan winning. He just slid up into the lead, taking it from Allie Riggs, and Scott Morales makes it 3 wide for 2nd. There he goes again, flaunting his fast car with just 3 laps to go. He's getting a push from Jason Bates. Sarah Haxon's still hanging around in the back of this group. I don't know if she's just waiting for the perfect moment to make her charge, or if her car's just not up to par with these guys. Morales has a run. He dives to the inside of Darrell Sullivan, not giving him a chance, and everybody follows him. Man, he never gave Sullivan a chance. I feel kind of bad for Sullivan. He's making his return to the Elite Series. He's got a car good enough to win, but nobody's willing to help him. It will be 2 laps to go this time by. It looks like Jason Bates peaks low, but he doesn't have the run. Remember, 4 drivers in this group have never won an ARLA Elite Series race. It will be Scott Morales, Jason Bates, Sarah Haxon, and Darrell Sullivan. For the last 9 years, the winner of this race had been a first-time winner. I believe Kevin Monroe actually sparked that trend in 2001. Speaking of Monroe, he peeks to the inside of Jason Bates, but nobody helps him. Bates throws the block going into 3. I think at this moment, everyone is running at about the same pace. I think this race is going to come down to either Scott Morales or Jason Bates. Sarah Haxon and Allie Riggs dive low to try to get a run on the 63. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go here at the Daytona 200. And it is now Allie Riggs in the 19 trying for 4th. Jason Bates still can't get a good run on Scott Morales coming through turns 1 and 2. They're starting to separate themselves from Kevin Monroe a little bit, but I think Monroe is just hanging back and waiting to charge. Yes, he is starting to reel in Jason Bates. Kevin Monroe has not won since 2008 at Darlington. Jason Bates has not won ever. The 51 still can't find any momentum coming off of 4. Morales is just too strong. There goes Allie Riggs to the inside of Monroe. Scott Morales takes the Daytona 200. For the 3rd year in a row, Groves Racing will go to victory lane here at Daytona, and for the 10th year in a row, it will be a first-timer in victory lane. Darrell Sullivan finishes 5th in his first Elite Series race in a while. I thought this lead group would be a lot more racy towards the end, but I guess not. Kevin Colley and Bobby Porteau finished 7th and 8th for their new teams, and rounding out the top 10 will be Devin Rogers and Nami Mura.